Welcome to another edition of Living Simply and Fun. I'm your host, Rita, and that's Aaron. Today we'll be reviewing the Papagayo, San Cristobal. From what we understand, Famous Smoke Shop's the only one that sells these right now. By the box of 21. They sell single sticks that are 21 to a box, and they have other places sell the San Cristobal sampler, which has 6 cigars for 48 bucks, and 2 of them are those.
So there you can see close up. Oh, and thank you to Johnny Stix for these.
Yes, thank you so much, Johnny Stix. We are appreciating it 100%.
As you can see, there are some stems in it, but it looks like nice construction. I can tell it's been well humidified, and that's a good thing. I don't know why she just walked off in the middle of a review.
Because I gotta get my lighter. The green one's with you?
Yeah, I don't know. No.
No?
No.
Great. I gotta find the green one. Continue.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the smells here. And it's rather floral. Kind of almost perfumey, I think. Slight earthy smell.
I want to say, do you have the reamer near you just
Yes.
in case? Good. I don't want any problems. Green one's here. Let me see.
And there's some slight woodsy smell to it, too.
I'm
I think some of the floral might be her perfume, too.
I'm not wearing perfume today.
Well, then it came off these.
I'm picking up cedar, hay, floral notes, a little earthy. I do want to say something first of all. Thanks to Johnny Stix, you know how to treat a woman, because I am a woman who likes 6x60s.
Well, I know that.
You do. I'm just thanking him for the size. I've always wanted to. Isn't this a My Father brand?
Yes, it is.
I've never had a My Father, Johnny Stix, so thank you so much.
Yeah, you did. There was one I bought you, and you didn't like it. It might have been the Le Bijou.
You smoked the Le Bijou when you got it from that idiot smoke shop where we paid wine shop.
That was Flor de las Antillas, which was awesome.
And
but there was one that we both had, and the draw was horrible on it. And you said you probably wouldn't smoke another My Father again because of it. It was your first experience with it, and I thought it might have been the Le Bijou. And that we got from Evergreen.
I would know if I smoked it. Remember, I got a better memory than you. Let me check that real quick here. Missile smokes while I'm doing it. I just uploaded this about 3 minutes.
Well, it was short, too.
Give me a second. I need to check on something for me and Aaron's Cigar channel. For some of you out there that don't know me, and Aaron doesn't like me talking about certain subjects, so I won't. But I have my own joint channel.
Yeah, because this is a cigar video.
I have my own my own channel to talk about everyday useless crap and stuff. So I am now checking to see if one of our videos has been actually put in properly. So I can never figure out the let's see. There used to be a video thing that said something like video game. Here we go. This is really good. Let's see, did I actually? Okay, that's what I needed to know. Sorry, I was looking to see if I actually published a video for you all. Sometimes I forget when we do these. We did the unboxing video of these gifts today. I was excited to get to the post office as soon as possible. I checked this morning around 7:50 and it said it arrived at the post office. I checked around 10 o'clock, 10:30, and it said it was delivered to a postal locker.
I'm picking up mostly floral notes and some light cocoa. So far, this is very mild flavored and mild bodied.
I'm picking up a cocoa flavored cigar. Please excuse me, my joint channel is going like crazy. Some person watched it. It was like, by the way, Aaron, my video was 10 minutes long. And so...
Okay.
Anyways, so in my opinion, this has been a, I'm picking up light hints of light cocoa, not baker's chocolate, just a light sweetness. You Aaron?
Definitely, that's what I would say. And then those floral notes, it's almost perfumey.
And while we're
definitely like that so far.
While we're sampling this, I would like to state something, since Mr. Aaron usually is Mr. Aaron Chatterbox on the reviews. To Johnny Stix, we thank you again, and we just want to say we're going to review every one of the cigars you sent us, and we will give a fair and honest review. We're not going to sugarcoat any reviews we do. We want the subscribers and the people that come to our reviews to to watch us as a honest reviewer that doesn't sugarcoat things and gives 100%. We don't like something, we're going to say it.
I actually wonder if floral is part of San Cristobal's plan with this, because if you look at the little band there, you could see a rose, and then where it says XXL, there's flowers above and below, and over here there's a flower too. Even though it's also next to like a griffin that's like kicking up. I don't see any flowers on the main band though. But so far I'd say that this is very floral. So far very nice.
It's a mild cigar, but remember what we said in yesterday's video. Some mild cigars are better for most palates because people can handle them, whereas full-body cigars, you would want a full-body cigar to be more so for more experienced, robust users. So it just depends. Medium is in between of the intermediate and beginners, but I say advanced users, the full-bodied ones is, very, I mean, for example, and Aaron will probably agree, we wouldn't recommend a Oliva Reckoning by Studio Tobacco, Oliva subsidiary, for a beginner. That was a complex cigar and full body, which we both agreed was for.
I like the Tiamo Revolution last night. Bad idea for a beginner. This one so far seems like a fairly good beginner stick, but it also seems to be very complex in flavors, and I like that so far.
Just to talk about cigars for a second, another one I would highly not recommend for an advanced user, even if they like the name, is the Nub Double Maduro. That is a full-bodied stick that should be left to advanced users, unless you can handle it.
I mean, part of that smell that I was picking up off this comes out in the flavor, and it's almost like lavender. Lavender is about the closest I can come, in my mind, to the scent or flavor.
Excuse me, that wasn't ladylike, if you heard it. So, tonight, just so while reviewing, I'm going to be trying this. The Dr. Pepper Cherry Dr. Pepper. My neighbor was complaining. I got 2 boxes of this. And it was 2 12-packs, get 2 12-packs free. You couldn't pass up on it. So I got the cherry soda, too. Only problem is, I think Mr. Bubbles over here might try to mooch it all.
Anyways, I think we'll get back to you here when we get into the second third of this, nearing the halfway point. So, see you in a second.
Yes, and enjoy every puff. Welcome back to the first third of the San Cristobal Papagayo.
We're 45 minutes in at this point, and we have not yet reached the halfway point. That's a nice long smoke. It's the ash is kind of flaking a little bit, but that's okay. The flavors in this, again, very flavorful floral notes. Maybe some very light, airy leather there with some white pepper kind of in the background. Still very mild to medium body.
I agree about the white pepper.
And I'm enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it. This is a very mild to medium bodied cigar with lots of
flavor,
of flavor in it. And that floral, to me, I would still say it's very lavenderish. I use a lot of lavender sometimes because I got a problem with chronic migraines, have since I was a kid. So it's a common scent for me. You got anything to say?
It's got light hints of white pepper, very floral notes. I mean, this cigar, as I was telling Aaron, smokes like a dream. I do have a question for you out there. If you get through our videos, our subscribers, is cigar smoking before and after surgery. What's your opinion on it? And should it be done?
And not nasal or sinus or mouth related. It's, you know, just wanted to leave that, nothing facial. So, smoking or no smoking leading up. I know that doctors will always tell you to quit smoking, but heck, I was told to quit smoking when I stubbed my toe, which is the main thing that made me start to think to question doctors. And when she actually broke her toe, they said it was the fault of her smoking.
Yeah.
That was horrible that the ER doc is like, well, you know, this wouldn't be like this if you weren't smoking. I think what he was trying to say is if she wasn't a smoker, it probably would have just been a bruise, but because she smoked, it was a break. Big whoop-de-doo. I don't buy it. I was actually told I'm overweight because I smoke, and I don't buy that one either. And then I've had a doctor who actually told me that the reason they have to do that is because their insurances, and their insurance won't cover it. They don't tell their patients to quit smoking. So it's more of a political correctness thing and a matter of, you know, making sure that their insurance rates stay down. Which I think would be better if they were good doctors to keep their insurance rates down, where poor doctors had to pay more because they were more likely to have problems. Not whether they told a patient to quit smoking or not. Anyways, we're not quite to the halfway point, but we will get into this in the final third. Just gorgeous cigar so far.
Oh yeah, very gorgeous.
I'm loving the flavors of this. It's kind of making me think of a tropical beach. I don't know. To me, this is almost like it's got me thinking the Bahamas. Yes, we do.
We should hoard the other ones for a
definitely.
trip.
Definitely hoard those.
It's got a lot of smoke output. It's mild to medium.
Nice ease of draw.
Nice ease to draw. I mean, this is a cigar that it smokes like a dream. No construction errors. Just flawless. Perfectly humidified. We thank you again, Johnny Stix. I'm also impressed with this. A V cutter.
Yep, it's our first V cutter. So, in fact, we used it once already on...
We're usually using hole punches. We like hole punches.
We tried two of those little dark roasts, and we used this on it, and came out really nice. So I just had to use this like immediately, and it's like, what can I use it on? So I
He
came
was
up
like
with
a
an
little
excuse.
kid in a candy store.
But yeah, I just don't see doing it on a 60 ring gauge because of how big the back end is and how big of an opening that would be. But on a 50 ring gauge, I'm gonna try it next
I
time.
would like to make a statement real quick. Let me squeeze by for a second. I have something to say that's cigar related for our video, which is pretty damn funny.
And I still got those cocoa flavors too. I forgot to mention those, but I'm still getting a slight cocoa flavor that just kind of lingers under the flowers.
And for some of you out there, I know it probably will not happen, but if anyone out there is willing to donate cigars of ring gauges of 80, I'd like to
We've
try
seen
it.
80 ring gauge cutters. We got 80 ring gauge cutters, but we've never seen an 80 ring gauge cigar in our life. So, don't even know where to get an 80 ring gauge. I think there's at least one Asylum Ogre Barber Pole or something that's an 80 ring gauge, but we might have to get ourselves one of those just for the sake of using this. That's full advantage. But you know what? I think even with an 80 ring gauge, I'd rather use a hole punch like the one that Johnny Stix sent us, or the one that we got at Cousin's Smoke Shop, the gray one here, or like the one I have built into the back of this lighter here.
I want to tell you, the story between the hole punch is I had a cigar cutter that cut to like this, the cut to a 50 ring gauge, right? I asked the guy, I can't remember his name now, from Cousins, Chris, and he said for $3 you can have this hole punch that will open up a 10 by 66. So that's why we got
We'd never seen these hole punches before. We got 2 of these. We both had them on our keychain. When Rita gets back, all she had was this part, but when I got back, I had both pieces. So we ended up down to 1 hole punch, and it's like, great, we lost one of our 2 hole punchers from Cleveland. But now we got 2 again, so that's cool. That's actually really nice. They come in handy, and I actually kind of prefer them over a regular straight cut. And in fact, I almost never use guillotines except for on torpedoes.
Yes, so there you have it. Please look for our rest of our video, and we'll continue.
Of course.
Welcome back to
Yes.
Welcome back to Living Simply and Fun, review of the 6x60 Papagayo cigar by San Cristobal. Now, before we continue, me and Aaron learned something new just a minute ago.
I got her to finally watch the channel for Puro Maduro and Billy Boulevard. And we watched a video on presumptive snobbery about how in London and many places around the world like Japan, you can't find anything other than Cuban cigars for sale. And the people there act like they know everything about cigars based on only Cubans that they've smoked. And they don't seem to understand the enjoyment of Nicaraguan made or Honduran made or any other non-Cuban. And we didn't know that much of the rest of the world, it's essentially Cuban-only cigars that you can buy. So
it's like there's an embargo of every other cigar in the world except for here in America, which we're allowed Nicaraguan, Honduras, Dominican Republic.
I honestly presumed that Nicaraguan and Honduran cigars, things like the My Father's, like this one, or Camacho cigars or whatever, were worldwide and well known. And I learned something different, and so I guess I'm a little guilty of presumption too. But
so am I.
I wouldn't so much say snobbery. I've tried Cubans as well. But, you know.
But I do gotta say.
Good video, and if you haven't seen it, go check out Puro Maduro and his video, Presumptive Snobbery. It's a very good educational video.
I do want to say, as Aaron just said, we have smoked Cubans, and I've always thought Cubans were mild-bodied cigars, which most of them are. It says mild to medium. That's it.
Mm-hmm. So, getting into the cigar. I'm taking a lot more time than Rita has. I have noticed some slight over-humidification issue here. It's cracked a little bit right there, big whoop-de-doo. That's minor anyways. I've had cigars crack a heck of a lot worse. The flavors in this are still very floral to me. Some grassy notes, slight cocoa, light white pepper in the very background that you can barely notice. Just beautifully blended flavors all together. Maybe some slight nutty in there too.
It's Don Pepin, right?
Yes.
Don Pepin Garcia, the guy who makes the My Father line, made this, and he did a very good job.
And his son Jaime Garcia. And not to be pronounced Jamie. I've seen videos with him in it, and it's pronounced Jaime. So, very, very nice cigar. Yes, I see that. Johnny Stix just watched a video of our unboxing of the videos he sent us, and
he said, glad
they made it here safe.
Glad they made it safe and sound. Enjoy. Thank you, Johnny Stix, for these cigars. We're quite enjoying
Again,
them.
this is a San Cristobal Papagayo XXL.
6x60.
And they're about $10 a stick on Famous Smoke, the only smoke shop that we can find that carries them.
And that's a box of 21. Most places sell them in the San Cristobal 6x60 sampler, where you get 6 cigars, including, I think, Revelations and their main line as well.
I've needed a few fixes here at the end of this cigar, but I didn't need too many as I was smoking it. We are almost 2 hours into smoking this cigar. It will be 2 hours by the time I'm done with it, because I probably got another 15-20 minutes to smoke.
Same here, because I'm slowing down on my smoking. So
this cigar is not one that asks you to constantly puff. You can set it down. This is a good any time of the day smoke.
It's one of those cigars where you don't have to eat a meal before you smoke it or afterwards. It's like he said, any day. My thoughts are on cigars is when you smoke a cigar like a Maduro or a double Maduro or one of those full-bodied cigars, you eat before you do it, because you ain't going to be feeling good afterwards.
Yeah, it all depends on your palate, too. I mean, I could honestly smoke a stronger bodied cigar any time of the day. Rita likes it better after food. And I'll say I enjoy it far better after eating, too. But I enjoy my cigars any time of the day, honestly.
I don't if they're full-bodied, because I am one of those that I want to have my food before. So when you do see the Partagas Black Label, when did we get the Torpedo? The Maximo, or is it the Partagas Black Label?
I don't know what you got. It's a larger size, so it's got to be at least a Toro. But one thing I will say, I like to also kind of talk about wines a little bit sometimes when I talk about cigars. This would go very good with a white wine, something that's subtle, a Zinfandel probably, or a Chardonnay. I would probably put this a little more with the Zinfandel, because Zinfandels are a little more flowery, and this definitely is very floral in nature. At least in my opinion it is. And I do think that part of it is actually, I started wearing a new cologne today from Ferrari, and I got a cheap knockoff of it, but I kind of getting some of those tastes just coming into this, and I can't even smell it on myself anymore. So
it is a decent cologne for $1. I use mine's between 15 and 25. I use Revlon's Fire and Ice. For some of you out there, it's my favorite perfume. It's been around for years, and it just smells heavenly, in my opinion. His smells really good too, better than that other crap.
I've been using Drakkar. And I'm kind of getting away from the Drakkar. I used to love that as when I was younger, but this Ferrari's kind of taken my, interest towards it. It's a better smelling, I think. But anyways, back to the cigar. I'm going to give this overall for a cigar a 9.7. I'm just loving all the different intricate flavors in here that kind of swirl and mellow together. That's a nice marriage of flavor. I am not a bunny rabbit. Yeah, you can't even see it in the picture there. Their antenna. Anyways, as for the price point, $10 a stick. If you see these for sale, I'm going to go ahead and give a recommendation to go ahead and give them a try. And again, I'm going to give them, what was it, 9.8?
You said 9.7.
9.7. So I'm sticking 9.7 straight across the board. Beautiful cigar. Definitely worth every penny from what I can tell. And I'm very grateful that we got to try these. Thank you very much, Johnny Stix. Very appreciated. Your thoughts?
First of all, I'm going to say the finish is just amazing. The light pepper is a white pepper. It's very good on the palate. It's got floral notes and hints of a cocoa. This is an everyday cigar, like you said. I would say that for the price point, it is a very damn good cigar, and the size is just right up my alley. I would say, for me, I'm going to give this a flat 9.9 across the board because this is just amazing. I've always wanted to try these, but, you know, I didn't want to buy a box, and there was other ones that
Well, we didn't even know about the Papagayo. She just wanted to try San Cristobal. You should be honest with that. We didn't know about the Papagayos until just, well, what,
I wanted
4 days
to try
ago?
the San Cristobal Revelations, actually, and when we got these today, I was like, ooh, you know, and when we heard about it from the email, we were very...
That was the one I tried and I didn't like, was the Revelation, I think. They have it at Evergreen. I had a lot of draw issues on it, and it was giving me a headache to try to puff it.
We just want to say, if you're watching this, Mike, we're not dissing your shop, we're just dissing the cigar.
Yeah.
Or he is, because
I may have just picked a bad one out of your humidor, too.
Because, in my opinion, cigars are hit and miss no matter what. I was just thinking of the cigar unboxing we got today. And for some of you out there, I believe...
Well, I think there's a bit of etiquette when you go into a humidor. You don't want to sit there and play with every cigar trying to find the perfect one. And I read recently about a guy who popped one out of the plastic so he could get a good sniff of it, and the guy at the cigar shop was like, "You're buying that now because you opened it, and you know, out of the cellophane, and it had one of those barcodes on it." And well, you bust the barcode, you know, it's not exactly the best thing to do, and it's kind of hard with the cellophane to hold it up and roll it and see how it sounds, and you can't get a good feel for it, and so you're kind of hit and miss whether you're buying a good one or not.
I was just going to say that. Cigars are hit and miss, whatever ones you get out of a humidor, whether it be a smoke shop, whether you buy online, or through the devilish site Cigar Bit. I mean...
I know, like the La Gloria Cubana, their cigars come with no cellophane, so those are a little easier to hold up and roll, and but they dry out faster, too.
I'm sorry to say, I was looking at cigars. If you didn't know, did you notice Mike's humidor, one of the cigars he had in it? He had a cigar, and you know how you open up cigars, and 99% of them, they're all got the plastic around it, so you just pull them out.
Cellophane.
There was no cellophane. This was one of those, like, I think Mike was charging $25 to $35 a stick. It was one of those box-pressed beauties of the Patron serial numbers.
Yes.
And it had the ribbon. They do. All of them except for one. And the one I was looking at, and I could have paid the price, but I was like, nah, this one doesn't have cellophane. So I passed it up, and I went with the ones that I got. You know, the... I can't remember the first one. The Terreno, because it just caught my eye. Thing is I'm not going to buy something that's got no cellophane because, in my opinion, even if it's in a humidor, it can still, in my opinion, dry out. So I'm not going to do that. Now, in the cellophane, and call me snobbish there, but I think with the cellophane, it helps humidify it more. That's just my opinion.
Yep. So, anyways, you got my rating, 9.7 across the board. Rita's is 9.9. We were going to recommend you give this smoke a try if you have not. And nothing further to say from me.
Thanks, Johnny Stix. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion, and
enjoy every puff.